In my dreams, I'm just like 99, 99.
No.
99.
It's showtime. Let's kick some ass.
All your days are belong to us. Come here!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Three Hit Combo Podcast, the world's only podcast that can dance if we want to. We can leave our friends behind, because if friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of ours. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Skylar and Andy. What's up, guys?
Are you sure it's not they're no friends of mine?
Yeah, but
I gotta fit
speak,
the context.
Yeah, I gotta fit the context, I don't want to be like, hey, everyone, this is Matt, and this is the Matt Podcast. No friends of mine. Yeah.
If anyone's on my podcast, they're not friends of mine.
This is the Matt Podcast, everything about Matt. I'm wearing blue today. I'm Matt. What'd you do today, Matt? I don't know. I'm good.
We're all wearing blue today.
I am wearing baby blue.
I'm wearing navy, and it looks like Andy's wearing like a royal blue.
And we're all wearing glasses. Yay.
Woo.
This is the Sixth Eye Podcast.
So, how was your guys' weeks?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh, I gave blood on Wednesday.
I need to do that. I think I'm going to do it Thursday.
I found out I'm a prime candidate for double reds.
Double reds, like you can give a double unit.
Yeah. No, it just takes 30 minutes longer, but they like take your blood, and it's basically the opposite of giving plasma. Instead of twirling out the plasma and giving you back your blood, they twirl out the blood and give you back your plasma. So it's like a concentrate of red blood cells.
Giving plasma kind of sucked. I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you try to do that for like a job?
No,
or get some money?
When I was unemployed, I tried getting a little extra cash. I feel weird though, like donating and getting paid for it.
Really?
It just doesn't feel right.
Do you feel like a dirty whore?
No, I felt like why should I be getting paid for something I would probably do anyway out of the goodness of my heart? You know, like
Are we
when I
talking
give
about
blood.
Matt going to the sperm bank, or
Do we even have one in Omaha?
I don't know. I thought about giving.
I
thought about giving bone marrow though.
Ooh. Do you think that hurt?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently it's painful, but you get like $1,000. But
Does your body make its own bone marrow then, or do you,
it replenishes, but
It takes forever.
You can't do it a lot. But I have a job now, so now I don't have to.
Woo, bone marrow.
Yeah, I've never given blood.
I've given blood a lot.
It was right when I turned 18, I got a tattoo, and then I had to wait a year, and then they just never contacted me again.
They've been calling me a lot too, so.
Yeah, that's why I don't give blood.
We want your blood.
She's like, hey, you haven't given blood in a while, huh?
It's been 4 hours.
Why don't you come on back, huh? Would you kindly?
The funniest story about giving blood ever is when Tom said he was giving blood when he was in high school. And he's like, this girl was like, does it hurt? And Tom goes, have you ever been shot?
Whoa, wait, no. Have you ever been shot?
Oh, he will never hear this.
All right, so I typed in sperm donor and sperm bank Omaha came up.
And what do you know? There was an autocomplete on Andy's Google.
Yeah. Heartland Center for Reproductive Medicine. HeartlandFertility.com.
We should go there and get our sperm counts and see who wins.
Like jackass. All right, I'm down.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
We'll all be in the
It's a date.
hallway,
That'll
like
give our F out of the way.
Exactly.
we'll all be in the hallway, like, yeah, I didn't wash my hands.
We should do it
My hand stuck to yours. Ah!
Oh, that visual. We should do it on a Sunday after Guild Wars comes out so we can get the PV and F all done in one day together.
Dude, I'm not leaving Guild Wars. I mean, I'll bring a Dole cup or something. Hey, I already got it out. I mean, whatever.
If you need it
Kept
warm,
in a
I can
cooler.
microwave it. Wait, that'd probably kill all your sperm.
Probably. Well, what's the microwave's effect on sperm?
Well, let's see.
Well, you see, the sperm is now hot on the outside and ice cold in the middle. That's the microwave's effect. Your sperm is like a hot pocket.
Fucking hot pockets.
If you don't have like I guess I don't. If like you have like some messed up sperm, I don't know like in what way.
Green.
Do you still get like some money for effort?
I don't think you get money for sperm
I don't think so. Apparently, sperm donation's like very specific. You gotta have like
The primo stuff.
you gotta have like no family history of like diseases or stuff like that.
What?
You know, like all of us, we're all wearing glasses. That might disqualify us or something.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious, dude.
It's very strict.
Jeez,
Wouldn't
I
that
didn't know
suck?
Hitler was in charge of it.
Wouldn't that suck if we all went in and one of us was like, "None of your sperm are alive." Just
That'd be terrible.
All of you guys are sterile.
'Cause that would be the
Yes, no more condoms.
That'd be the worst thing ever. Is like we just go in and like we're all having fun. Like, oh, this is gonna be funny for the podcast. And it's like, turns out, Skylar, you'll never have kids.
Yes.
he's instantly like, "Erica, you still there? We can do it without condoms." Woo!
Yeah.
Throw out the condoms. Or no,
I was worried.
for
Fuck
so
you!
long.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah,
I just saw that.
I wrote the game on the dry erase board behind me, and they just now saw it.
I saw it. I just didn't make a big deal. I wanted to wait for Andy.
But what you should do is, if you find out you're sterile, poke holes in your condoms, right? And then you're doing it. You're like, oh no, the condom broke, and she's freaking out, and be like, I'm just kidding, I'm sterile.
And then like
My guys swim in circles.
the next day they're like, "We were wrong. That was actually Andy's file."
Yeah,
He's like,
JK, Skylar, you got super sperm.
Like they're Plan B immune.
You could get someone pregnant through a lead sheet.
Yeah,
"No way."
What happened?
my sperm don't have tails. They're little blobs that roll around from place to
They
place.
have rocket
Alright,
jetpacks.
Do you know who Christina Hendricks is?
Yeah, yes, already saw.
Saw it. I have not seen it yet.
I don't know. What
Christina Hendricks has bared her boobies.
Mother of God.
Yeah,
Let me see.
mother of God.
Well, I'm working on it.
Okay, work on it.
Already
Anyway.
got my material for our sperm session.
Nice.
Okay, so Matt, would you like to tell the story of our adventure?
Our adventure. Wait a second. Andy, announce that to us again.
There are Christina Hendricks nude pictures.
So,
Alright.
by the way, it seems like I spent a lot of money this weekend, mostly on my car. I've been doing maintenance, Everything I've been spending, though, has come out to the number 23. Dead serious.
Just like numbers. It's all 23.
Keeps coming up to the number 23. And then the gas I bought was 32. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then, Maplewood, I spent like $52, but that's a different story. Anyway, so Skylar couldn't figure out where he wanted to eat. It was just the worst thing ever.
Whatever,
Yeah.
man.
Skylar was just like, hey, Matt, let's go here. No, Matt, let's go here. And I'm chauffeuring him around. And
Fuck you, Matt.
no, well, you see, I had to go get my oil change, so Skylar came with me, so I didn't have to sit in the lobby forever. And we went to go have lunch, as people do.
I chauffeured him around.
Yeah. Well. By the way, because I bought your lunch, it came out to 23.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, see, 23.
I remember that.
23 all over the place. Oil change is 23, brake pads are 23, lunch is 23, the serpentine belt I bought was 23. It's crazy, man. 23.
All right. Anyway,
So we go to Village Inn. Well, we see Village Inn, and then we see this little place called Simple Pleasures. Sounds like a bathhouse. It's not. It's apparently a restaurant. I don't know. We never went in. What happened was we drove up, and there was one car out front of this shack-like building.
and like all the windows were like really like you couldn't see into the place. They were all really small windows with like drapes, and they had I thought they were bars. I think they were just like decorative, like little crisscross metal patterns. But
Yeah.
it looked like the windows were barred.
So we decided not to do that because it looks so sketchy. At first I was like, oh, a little restaurant, that wouldn't be nice. A little restaurant. But it looks sketchy as shit. There was another little restaurant around there, too. I forget what it was.
Oh, it was like Talmeco or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So
It
then
was like some Mexican adobe hut looking place.
So then we drive back to Village Inn, and we sit down at Village Inn, and I sit down, and out the window I can see Romeo's, and I'm like, Skylar, let's go to Romeo's. Skylar's like, really, do you want to go to Romeo's? It's like, yeah, I think we need to go to Romeo's. And that's when our waitress showed up and was like, hey, can I get you guys some drinks? Yeah. Get us drinks, bitch.
I'll have a Coke.
You should have just been like, water. And then when she goes to leave, just book it.
By the way, I called her a bitch because she kept me from going to Romeo's.
Well, how was the food?
The food. I had the drippiest burger ever.
Dude, the burger came with soup in the burger.
Like a gallon of water came out of the burger I had.
He bit into it, and then it just started like melting onto
Yeah.
his plate.
Like, and that's what sucked is I didn't have another plate, so I had to hold the burger for like a while, you know.
He couldn't set the burger down
couldn't-
because there was like a lake. He had Lake Titicaca.
There was nowhere to put this goddamn burger.
I'm still pretty happy about those pictures. Actually,
And he's like, I'm on a high right now. You can't put me down.
But yeah, and then like that soaked into the fries, and the fries taste like soggy
It didn't
burger.
soak into a lot of fries. There was kind of like a natural fry dam that kept it away from a lot of them.
But yeah, that was just. And then like the first time it came out, it had cheese on it, and Matt didn't want.
Yeah,
cheese.
I didn't want cheese, and she didn't even see it. Like,
It's the only thing on the plate besides fries.
yeah, it was the biggest thing on the plate. And she comes out in here and she goes, "Here's your burger, no cheese." And I'm like, and she places it down, and I'm like, "It's got cheese on it."
Oh,
How did you miss that one? it's right there. But whatever.
she was lost in your eyes, man.
was she hot?
No,
No.
she had her pants like up to like the bottoms of her sagging boobs. She was kind of old, so.
I did not notice her.
Oh, sweet boobs.
Then we thought she was going to give us free pie, but I was too full for pie.
You can never be full of pie.
I mean literal pie, French silk pie.
What's wrong with French?
And she might have just like offered it like as a suggestion.
Yeah,
She's like, "Hey, save some room for some pie."
yeah, we weren't sure if I was getting like if we were going to get free pie because they messed up my meal or she was trying to upsell us some pie.
bitch shut ups.
Because
So we were gonna tactfully ask like, "Hey, so how much does that pie cost?" And then she would be like, "Oh, it costs this," or "No, I'm just giving you pie." But I was
Like-
full of shit after that.
yeah, that was not the first time I've been kind of schemed out of some money at Village Inn. Like this guy, my waiter at this other Village Inn, totally different store too. He at the end of the meal, he's like, "Hey, is it alright if I grab you guys some slices of pie?" Sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love if you grabbed me some pie. Figured he's like, "Yeah, is it alright if I hook you up with some pie?" It's
What?
the hookup. Like that's what I assumed. When he's like, "Hey, can I grab you guys some pie?" It's not,
They're very ambiguous with their wording.
"Hey, do you guys like pie?" "Oh, that's great. Let me go get you some." But yeah, so he ended up like charging us for pie. I'm like, "You son of a bitch." 10% for lying.
I didn't get to. I only had to choose between 15 and 20%.
You can hit other and just do like a cash
Oh,
amount.
can I hit
Yeah.
other?
Oh really?
Yeah. Well,
No.
I just did 15. Yeah.
You should have did 20%, and then an extra 5% was a little turd left on the chair. Here's your extra 5%, bitch.
All right, well, moving on.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't mention one thing about going to Maplewood on Saturday. Or Friday.
It was fun.
Is there anything to mention? Anything good happen?
I didn't show up, so I mean that was
Yeah,
good.
Skylar didn't show up.
We
that,
had
that was good. I
our
guess.
our group collectively had over 150 shots.
How many people were in the group?
There was between 10 and 15 at any time.
Oh, so it was a rotating party.
The first round I bought was 9.
Yeah, and I bought around a 10 and around a 15.
I bought 24.
Jeez. I bought 32.
I wasn't there.
Oh, someone was like, buy 24. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there was a couple times where like Rock, especially and me a couple times, took double shots
Yeah.
because someone would come back with a round and there was too many, and we're like, whoa, shit.
Let me just. Okay, now this is right about.
Let me just drink both those, and then I got pictures of Blue Moon, just to one up Brent's picture of piss water,
What do you get?
Oh, like PBR.
like Miller Lite or something.
Oh, that's not bad. That's what I got. Fine.
But yeah,
Coors.
so it was fun.
Some natty.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
Get a round of Natty Ice. For
Yeah,
everyone.
bros.
Natty Ice
That would have been hilarious.
or Bud Ice.
Oh god,
Dude,
Bud
Rock
Ice.
would have drank it all, dude. He loves Bud Ice.
Yes, he does.
Because I mentioned it to him. I was like, "You still got that Bud Ice?" He's like, "Man, I love that Bud Ice."
Like he brought it over and like he made it sound like he held on to it. Like I'll just bring this to every party ever because no one will drink it.
It's a good theory.
Yeah,
You
I
bring
mean,
your own beer, basically.
Well, yeah. So like,
just as long as it's shitty.
yeah, bring your own beer so people can't bum on you for not bringing any, and then no one will drink it because it sucks. And
Take it home.
Win.
I mean, you don't have to drink the shitty beer. You
No.
just have to bring it along.
Yeah, and like one of these days, like we're gonna notice that like the logo is different or something. That'd be like bringing a case of Pepsi with like the really old logo on it. It's like, I brought this. It's like, how long have you had that?
It's about 7 years old. Wow.
All right, guys, enough about us. Want to get into gaming news?
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
do it.
All right, here we
There's
go.
some good shit this week.
Oh, there is. He knows because he did most of the gaming news, Skyler.
I'm sorry. I'll be honest. I'm not that invested in this, and I should be more.
Oh. It kind of turned around. You were pretty invested in the beginning, and I was like, I'll just be here and talk. And now I'm like,
Yeah, I found my story. I found a fucking story.
All right, let's get it. We just equipped our paladin with a +3 cloak of hilariousness.
I'm boycotting your game, Blizzard! I'm boycotting your game!
That must mean it's time for 3-hit combo gaming news.
that guy has a new video.
Does he?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny.
Nice.
That was the same one who was freaking out about Diablo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest release of 2013 is going to be Nightmare Busters for the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
What?
A new Super Nintendo game is in development by a Super Fighter team. The game is Nightmare Busters, a masterful run-and-gun game for the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, and all compatible video game systems. The last NES or SNES game released in the United States was a Frogger remake in 1998, almost 14 years ago.
Oh my god.
I know.
You still have a Super Nintendo, don't you,
I
Skyler?
do. It's hooked up to my TV currently.
Well,
I play
shit.
Donkey Kong Country avidly.
Well, you know how much this game will cost you?
How much?
$60.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit. What are they doing?
They can't. You can't be that innovative on a Super Nintendo cartridge.
No, you can't. And $60 is what it cost back in the day. Like when
Were they really that much?
Yeah, dude, games have held steady at like $60 for a long time.
I remember when PlayStation 2 games used to be 50.
50.
I remember when shit N64 games were like 15, 20. But still, they never were lower than that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem's still not under $5 or $4.
Pre-orders are limited to 600 copies. So if you want to pre-order, get in early.
That's not worth $60.
No, I don't think so, but I think it's cool. And it's kind of nice that some companies are developing games for older systems.
That's cool.
Like Battle Kid came out for the Nintendo in like early 2010.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing something like that.
Yeah, it's basically a lot like Super Meat Boy.
I saw this funny picture. It was like, I just got Super Meat Boy, and this is what happened. And, like, he had chucked his controller at the monitor.
That's some rage right there. You can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, if the price goes down at all, I'll get it, but it's gonna have to be like around 20 to 30, like between there.
You said if the price goes down at all. I was thinking if it went down to like $58, you'd be all over that.
Oh man, like I have $60 and I need $2 worth of gas to get to GameStop. Sorry, Best Buy. I'm not doing GameStop anymore.
Any particular reason that you said you're not doing GameStop anymore, or just in general?
I don't have a Power Up membership anymore, and that was
okay.
my only draw.
Oh, I see.
So, I mean, I'm fine not doing GameStop now. And Best Buy just they've started to purchase used games as well,
Oh, I see.
and you can pre-order through them.
Nice.
So they do everything but like midnight releases.
They've done some.
Yeah, I mean,
big
like
ones.
it has to be a pretty big game.
Yeah. All right, time for more anal.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4. Plenty of
Would you
anal.
like to try it?
Not using Sony cell processor. The PlayStation 4 will not use Sony's cell processor, nor any advancement of the technology. They will apparently use an AMD processor, which will be a departure from the NVIDIA-powered GPU that they used in the PS3.
I think they just cut their
There was
losses
a lot
with
of
the
initials in there.
Yep. That's all I got. Yup.
What an astute observation, Skyler.
I don't know. They put so much money in that cell to cut it.
Yeah. And it turns out the PS4 will actually have something called Red Ray, which will make the console $1,000 upon release.
Oh, shit. I almost believed you there. So I was like, I only read the first half of it. Red Ray? What the fuck is that?
After I heard Red Ray, I was just like, nope. Mm-mm.
Trollface.avi.
What if in the new console race, like the PlayStation turns into like the Xbox, like the popularity and the ease of use for it? That'd be kind of cool. And Xbox is like, check out, we have a living city in our Xbox.
A living city.
Code for that.
Sea monkeys are in your Xbox.
I believe the living city was originally called PlayStation Home.
Yeah. Or SimCity.
Or SimCity. That's right.
Do you got anything about that in there?
Oh, man.
Because they just announced SimCity 5.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and Will Wright's making
Dude,
it.
I always did just the pre-made cities. So like earthquake, tornado, monster, monster. Die!
That was pretty fun. But I enjoyed building cities. It was cool.
Never did it. Always just destroyed them.
All right, guys. Minecraft 1.2 is out and ready for download.
I got it. I haven't played it yet, but I got the update just in case I
Nice.
was ready for it.
I haven't got the update yet, but I want to play it. You will now be able to build up to a height limit of 256 blocks compared
Whoa.
to 128,
Yeah.
which is what it used to be.
Yeah.
There's also a new
I thought
jungle
it was
biome.
64.
Well, it's sea levels at 0, and then
Oh.
64, and then 64 down.
Got it.
So you can build up to 128 from negative 64.
Got it. All right.
Okay. There will be a jungle biome, ocelots, of course, cats, iron golems, new AI from mobs. I saw in their promotional video that zombies can apparently break down wooden
Yeah.
doors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't let zombies follow you to your house.
That's the that was what was going to be the main difference between wooden doors and iron doors. Besides the fact that iron doors you have to use a switch to open, you can't just open them.
Tame wolves can have puppies.
Nice.
Villagers will have children if there is room in their village. New items and blocks. They don't really go into much detail there. Added rare drops for mobs and some other tweaks and fixes.
That's cool. Do you have anything about the Notch splitting up his 3 million too in there?
No.
Notch got I don't know how he got a hold of this money or where it came from, but he had $3 million and he split it amongst all the people that works in.
Nice.
His
He
com-
shoots.
So close.
Rim shot.
Oh, man. You haven't made a basket in that trash can all year.
We're in March now.
I know, it's been 2 whole months.
That's one hell of a drought.
It's a dry spell up in here.
We're gonna flip shit when you get it. Be like, oh fuck yeah, yeah, podcast over.
Unplug.
You're swinging around the lamp, just fucking woo.
The fuck? The trash can moved. Massive layoffs at Blizzard.
Affect no one
Except
except the people losing their jobs.
game development largely unaffected. Blizzard announced today that they're laying off a great number of employees in a press release from the company's CEO, Mike Morhaime. He had the following to say. Over the last several years, we've grown our organization tremendously and made large investments in our infrastructure in order to build and better service our global community. However, as Blizzard and the industry have evolved, we've also had to make some difficult decisions in order to address the changing needs of our company. Basically, what he's saying is, we got to fire some people. We're losing a little bit of money.
How, dude? There's so many people that play WoW.
And Diablo 2's on the
Or
brink.
3.
Diablo.
Wouldn't that
Diablo
be
3.
funny if they laid off people well, everything's coming out in 2015. See you then.
Approximately 600 employees were part of the layoffs, with Blizzard anticipating approximately 90% of the affected employees will come from departments not related to game development. They also specifically noted that World of Warcraft development team will not be affected.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. That sucks.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was I don't even know if we're in a recession still, or if you'd call it that, but I wonder if we'll see the end of it in our lifetime.
Oh, probably.
Hopefully.
I mean,
I'm sure people thought the same way in the Great Depression, but
That's probably true.
do you think anyone...
How long did the Great Depression? How long was that
14 years?
classified as?
it started...
It was 30.
It didn't start in 29 or something, right after the Roaring '20s, and then the World War II brought us out of it because we were manufacturing like crazy.
we had a wartime economy.
Continue.
Do you think this has anything to do with Guild Wars 2 coming out? And it seems like it's going to be a pretty big rival to World of Warcraft.
I bet it's probably going to be the biggest rival to World of Warcraft.
It's sort of like how...
I think this more has to do with just over the past few months, World of Warcraft subscriptions have dropped. Remember, we did a story about them losing 2 million.
do you think
over
that
that.
has
Yeah,
anything to do with Guild Wars?
No, I think that just
I don't
has to
think
do
so.
with World of Warcraft's getting old.
Yeah, I think those people are probably just getting tired of World of Warcraft and they're moving on.
All right, the Great Depression was 10 years, 29 to 39.
29 to 39. And
Good call on the 29.
our economy bottomed out in 08.
Oh wait, was that what it was considered?
Yeah, well, 08's
what's this
when it
called?
declined, but it bottomed out in like 09.
Is this called like the Great Recession?
Something like that.
Not even that great.
Yeah.
It's kind of minor.
It's a good time for it to be going on, you know?
Yeah.
You know, while we're all, college age. It's a perfect time for one of
So,
those.
Yeah,
so it's a
'cause-
good recession?
Because I'm
It's an okay recession.
I was
Perfect
like,
time, yeah.
I was like, Dad,
It's a butterface recession.
I love going to college and everything, but my degree means nothing now.
Everything costs so much and I have so little. But there's no other jobs I can get. Shit.
Dude, it really does suck. It's hard to get a fucking job.
Dude, I know. I was there.
Me too.
Alright.
But, yeah. So that's recession talk on 3 Hit Combo.
Yeah, I think that WoW just can't really do anything.
Because
Like
it's
done.
It's stuck. It has its main like gameplay. All the gameplay mechanics are there. They can't really innovate anymore. They would have to make a totally new game.
Yeah.
And they try with each expansion pack, but you can only do so much within the realms of that game.
You know who
Yeah.
voices a boss in World of Warcraft?
Liam Neeson.
Manny Camacho.
Does he really?
Yeah.
How? Like, how do you get that? Like,
Oh, I'm not sure, but I remember him at SGC giving us a taste of it, and Austin was able to pick out who it was.
oh, really?
Yeah, I should look it up.
All right, that's cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Guild Wars 2, it's new, it's innovative, it's doing cool things. World of Warcraft, like, it'll be interesting to see the numbers once that game
World of
comes
Warcraft
out.
is like a amusement park that has like 12 roller coasters, and they're like, "Here's another roller coaster."
Yeah.
Like, okay, we got another one, but it's like all the other ones. Here's another one.
Like it all it has is like wooden roller coasters.
This one has blue seats.
The game, what, is like 8 years old?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's old. It's
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
So,
But you have like Guild Wars 2 and League of Legends that are coming out, or League of Legends is already out. But I feel that they're being rivaled a lot more like this year than in any other time. In
Oh, yeah, this
World of
will-
Warcraft.
You also had StarCraft recently coming out.
yeah.
That probably chipped into quite a bit of their subscribers.
And Astro Empires.
Yes.
Yeah. It's making its huge comeback via the 3-Hit Combo fan base. Come on, guys!
You're not even in the guild.
I'm not.
Don't even.
Don't
You
be
have
that-
no rights.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah,
It's
wouldn't that be
sad.
cool? Would you be down for that if we played, like, here on, like, launch night?
Dude, yeah, I don't care.
Fuck yeah, bring over my computer. Oh, yeah.
I do not have a computer with the computing power right now.
Get some.
Dude, it's really low. I saw like preliminary minimum
I have
specs.
laptop.
Like the minimum specs was like 1.2 gigahertz processor.
Dude, just
Got it.
we'll build you a budget PC. You just need a job first and you need to get a little bit of money.
Here's what I need to get my computer working. A monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. Have
Dude.
my tower, and it's totally fit.
If you brought it over here, I could let you borrow all that stuff. I have a keyboard and mouse somewhere over there upstairs, and I have an extra monitor.
Let's do it. I haven't turned the thing on in about
Dude,
2
your Windows
years.
updates are gonna fuck your
Oh my
shit
god,
up.
Probably.
that'll be fun.
Is it Vista or XP or?
It's probably Vista.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Vista.
I think it's Vista, yeah.
Hopefully, it's XP.
Yeah. That'd be
Or
nice.
no, it is XP.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God, you're
good.
safe.
Because my BIOS died, and we just reloaded it with XP.
All right, you're safe. But yeah, your Windows updates are gonna fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just turn it on and leave it for like a week.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. No, you're gonna have to restart it like 7 times.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully it'll just restart itself.
Okay.
Windows update,
So
please.
let's next story.
All right, and we're gonna finish off with some anal
Yeah.
rumor. Maybe Valve really is making a console.
I saw this. I got excited, and then I was like, "This is what you're fucking doing instead of Half-Life."
Respected tech reporter Joshua Topolsky says that Valve is making a console, and we're going to be finding out about it soon. Maybe next week at the Game Developers Conference, or maybe at June in E3.
What if they made it in the shape of a companion cube?
That I saw someone made a sketch of that.
Apparently, the console would be a set-top box that could run PC games and use Steam or even competing services such as Origin. Unlike Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, multiple manufacturers could be allowed to make it. Game developers wouldn't have to pay for a licensing fee to Valve for a privilege of making games on the console, bucking the standards of Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, which charge creators a fee to make games on their consoles.
That's really cool. Steam's like good guy Greg. They're like, hey, Origin, you want to come on over? Yeah, come on over, dude.
we're holding a party. You guys want to spill stuff on my carpet? Totally cool.
Yeah.
I got Stanley steamers. They're coming over.
The box would support configurable game controllers as well as a bracelet or some other sensor that would incorporate a player's biometric data to affect games.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the what is it? Jawbone Up or whatever they have. It's like this weird thing that registers when you're sleeping and stuff and what you eat. It also comes with like a free hat.
Didn't that get recalled?
It did.
Recalled.
It had a little bit of tweaks, but it wasn't recalled. They just stopped producing it until they.
Oh, okay. Did you see were the specs for it on there?
Yeah, according to Topolsky, the specs would have a Core i7 CPU, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and an NVIDIA GPU.
Which, like, the GPU and the i7s are powerful as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So
it seems like a really cool idea. And
it is.
Weren't they talking about having it like interchangeable parts, as opposed to just being
that was in another story that we talked about.
Yeah.
That Valve would, if they were to make a console, they'd probably do it with something with like. You can upgrade it, so you don't have to buy a new console. You can just get parts.
So it's essentially just like a computer, only without the operating system.
Yeah,
yeah,
it wouldn't be like a. There would be some sort of system on it, but it wouldn't.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be like Windows.
Without,
I guess
like
you
Windows
could
or
say
Linux
it
or
would be
anything.
like a Steam OS.
Yeah, it would be like
having a console operating system without all the.
Yeah,
If it was under 500, I think I would invest in it.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and I have a lot of Steam stuff, so.
I do not.
What I think is cool is that multiple manufacturers would be allowed to make the console.
Yeah, and like no fees, so that would get more people into it.
Yeah, and
then-
and you'd have kind of slightly different versions of the console, wouldn't you? With different manufacturers making it.
I feel it'd be a lot.
No,
like,
I bet there's a set, beginning spec, and then what the buyer does after.
Because I could see them saying like, okay, you have to have the i7, you have to have the 8 gigs and the NVIDIA GPU, but you can make it look like what you want.
All right, I can see that.
I think like the best comparison, like from what I'm hearing about it, is it's like Soul Calibur, how it releases for multiple systems, and then like it's essentially the same game but with like slightly different things. Like this game has Yoda, this game has Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
can
just
see that.
it's like subtle differences, but
Yeah, I bet they're just gonna have like this is what it needs, and then after that maybe.
I'm wondering if they're gonna have like competitive pricing then for it. Like this manufacturer's releasing it for like $39.99, and this one's releasing it for like $450.
$39.99.
Yeah,
I would buy like 5 of them.
I think you mean
$39.99.
There you go.
Yeah,
$39.99.
You said $39.99.99.
$4,000.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep adding 99 so you can't afford it, Matt. 99.
I don't. I already
Put it back.
cannot afford it. When you
Skylar's at Best Buy with you, like, do you really need that? Do you really need that?
put it back, put it the fuck back.
That's the last one. Oh yeah, I was gonna buy one of my shifts off. Yeah, that's gonna be $39.99. 99. Keep adding 99 so you put it down.
You're like shaking, like I want this.
99.
Fine.
In my dreams, I'm just like 99, 99.
No.
All right.
All right, guys. So our next segment is not technology news. We're gonna have a conversation.
All right.
Conversation with 3-Hit Combo. Let's do this. Huddle in closer as we share our story. This is a conversation with 3-Hit Combo.
You can spend the whole day just agreeing with each other.
Okay, so our conversation this week, and I'm springing this up on you guys, not because I wanted to surprise you, but because I didn't think about this until right before the podcast. What companies could you see revolutionizing the current console market?
Now, are we talking
including
about
Valve? I mean, we could talk about
like-
Valve more too.
all right, consoles as new ones coming out, or like
New ones coming out, something that would challenge the status quo and kind of change what we already see in consoles.
All right, I think the whole Kinect Move Wii thing, I think that's a gimmick.
Yeah, but do you see any other companies that might release a console that?
Mate. Okay.
Yeah.
Console.
Because I know right away. We talked about Valve, and they would buck the trends with, not charging a fee for games and having, other manufacturers.
I think if that seriously, legitimately takes off and it does really well, I think it's gonna challenge Nintendo or the big three to like rethink their marketing and their publishing methods.
I don't think Nintendo's in the race anymore. Because like their new one is just supposed to be like PS3 level, like PS3, Xbox 360 level.
Yeah, and then the big two have it.
I don't think Nintendo might not necessarily be in the race for us. It almost might like start 2 tiers, like
gaming
like
and
like more casual. But I don't see Nintendo leaving.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's just going to crap out. I'm just saying like it's not for gamers. I don't think it's in the race anymore.
For us, it's not a viable solution for.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything or be very revolutionary in any. I don't think it anyway.
I think the biggest evolution, in graphics though, I think is going to come from PC. Because I just bought Battlefield 3 for the PS3. Very fun game. Looks pretty, but it looks all right on the PS3. If I had a computer, it looks beautiful. Like, it's gorgeous.
Well, and that's kind of the problem that's what turns people off about PC gaming a lot, is that it's kind of expensive.
It is.
And I know I have a couple cousins that are pretty big PC gamers, and almost every time a new game comes out, they're talking about getting another a new graphics card. It's like, it's a lot of money to spend getting all these graphics cards,
Yeah. And I mean, like, I do understand that, and PC gaming is really expensive.
Yeah.
One of the managers at work, her husband's like a hardcore PC gamer, so she's always talking about. He's like, "He just wants to get this new car and all this stuff." I'm like, "That's really expensive."
See, the thing that's like kind of scared me off from PC gaming, and like I would feel some other gamers as well, is like the whole transfer from going from like a video game controller to a keyboard, because it seems that like I don't know, seeing hardcore PC gamers with their ergonomic keyboards and their hotkey. Extra setup and everything. It just looks really intimidating as opposed to having like a really simple controller.
That is true. That can be intimidating.
You know what I think would be interesting is if Valve did release a console with the specs that we talked about in our gaming news segment, like have a lot of that, or maybe the GPU at least, or some of the things be entry. Well, it wouldn't be entry level for when it gets released, but say in a few years, the console would still cover entry level specs for new games.
Yeah.
But you could also switch out and get, the max specifications.
And
so like no matter what, if you have the Valve console and a game comes out for PC, you'll be able to run it. Yeah. Without much work on your end. It would still cover the minimum requirements. So it would be able to bring people in that are kind of intimidated by the fact that they would have to build a PC.
Yeah.
And sorry.
Well, the main thing that I was thinking about with the Valve console is like what all it'll look like, because with like Xbox 360 and PS3, everything's stacked on top of everything else, like a laptop.
Yeah.
So if you take a laptop apart, you're fucked. You can't put it back together. It's really, really hard. But if you have like a tower computer, like a regular desktop, you can just pop out cards, put them back in.
And those mini computers are a bitch to work on. The little mini towers, it's like a laptop. There's so much packed in there that it's hard.
So I think that this console that everyone, like that Valve is thinking about making, will have to be kind of bulky just to have enough room to make it that easy to interchange, or at least have something else that'll.
Yeah, I could see that. What do you guys think about the possibility of Apple joining the console race?
I think they're gonna stick with the mobile gaming.
See, what I would think is, a lot of people are like, "Ooh, what if they release a console? What would it be like?" And honestly, I don't think Apple would do anything that would be that surprising.
Yeah,
I think they would make something that looks nice, really shiny,
like
maybe a cool interface. But as far as like, they would probably charge developers a fee to.
Yeah, it wouldn't be any different.
Yeah,
and I think that the big three they're working on now is, well, I guess 4 if you want to include the iPods, but the iPad 3, they have the announcement this coming week.
Yeah,
which that's like the whole new like high def Retina display, and then they're supposed to announce like a Siri based TV. and all that using iOS, and then the new iPhone 5. And I think mobile gaming and also using the iPad as a game thing. I think that's their game console is those things.
Yeah, we did a story a few weeks ago where Apple had claimed that they were just going to take console gaming out, like they were going to make it obsolete.
In my Steve Jobs book, he talks about how like he thinks that mobile gaming will replace consoles and everything because people are always on the go.
I'm very sluggish.
That would open up another can of worms. That would get us off topic. But.
Another evolution, though, in the whole console thing, which I just thought about this not too long ago. You know how they have, like, multiple core processors?
Yeah.
Well, why hasn't anyone thought about multiple core GPUs? Because each GPU, like a graphics processor unit, multiple graphics processor units. The power that would be on those, you wouldn't need to SLI cards anymore. Or do they run 2 at once?
Yeah.
Or if you could run 2 at once, you could probably run like 9 Crysises at once. But I wonder if I've never even thought about that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I hate to say it, but I think handheld gaming is pretty much like for the most part just done. Specific handheld
like PSP and Nintendo DS.
Yeah, I think that the 3DS kind of proved that handheld gaming has just kind of gone out the window. It's most of the gaming, like Andy was saying, is done on phones, iPads, iPod touches, all that, and like
that's where I could see like smartphones and tablets taking over. I could see them taking over the mobile gaming market because really you could do on a smartphone or iPad what you can do on a Nintendo DS.
Yeah,
it has everything but the cornerstone Nintendo games And I can never pronounce the CEO of Nintendo's name.
Oh, God. I know it when I see it, but I can never pronounce it.
But he said that he doesn't want to give up his babies. He's not going to give up Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, or Mario, or any of those like major cornerstones of his market to
Kid Icarus, Star Fox.
Yeah. Well, mainly the biggest ones, like this old classics.
Pikmin.
Sure. But he doesn't want to give those up to like phone companies to have as like exclusive apps.
Yeah, I remember.
A lot of stockholders were really upset that he had come out and said that. I want to say that was like middle of fall last year.
I do remember that because someone was like Mario Kart for the iPhone, and I was like, oh, and then there was like, nope, not gonna have. I'm like, darn.
That'd be pretty epic, but I don't. He said that he wouldn't do it, and I think that that's the only thing that mobile gaming on phones and iProducts is really missing.
Yeah, they come out. It's Mario Race.
It's Maria Kart.
But yeah, right now, I guess, I was going to say that mobile gaming really doesn't have their big game, but I guess it's Angry Birds.
I hate that.
Dude, your phone is flipping out.
What's wrong with it?
Come over to the Android side. Look at mine.
We're good.
Definitely not flipping out. But yeah, I think mobile gaming. I hate to agree with you, but yeah, Angry Birds.
You hate to agree with me, or you hate to agree on the sentiment?
That I hate to agree with that. That
Yeah,
idea is that Angry Birds is their main game because it's a stupid slingshot game
It
with
is,
a bunch
but
of merch.
It made the mobile gaming like boom. Like, look how much money we could make with mobile gaming.
That and Plants vs. Zombies.
That's a decent game. I had fun with that on my iPhone.
A lot of people play that one as well.
Yeah,
it just doesn't have a Halloween costumes.
I think it depends on how 3D TVs sell, but 3D games I think depending on the TVs whether or not it'll be a big feature.
I still think the way I see it right now, we're gonna look back on this 3D phase like wow, that was really underwhelming.
Yeah, 3D
because the 3DS, I mean. Cool, neat.
Yeah, I think the 3DS is a cool idea. I don't think that there's a big market for it.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. I genuinely like it.
I'm waiting for it. My dad is on the cusp of buying a 3D TV, like the ones where you can use the movie theater glasses instead of the special ones.
And I've seen apparently 3D TVs are just not really selling a lot. They're kind of just trickling along, selling some here, selling some there. It's just like. I don't know. It's just like, and it's really not. It's a neat gimmick, but at the same time, it's really not that big of a game changer because we've had 3D technology for a long time.
And I think in the next generation of consoles, I think they're going to be more. People are going to see them more as it'll replace the computer than anything. Because look at Xbox and PS3. Like PS3, at least in Europe, has it's called like Play TV or something, and it's DVR, and you can watch TV. And Xbox is getting TV channels and everything.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that's what Xbox kind of wants to do. They want to be like, you can go there and watch Hulu, and you can play games, and you can DVR things, and they have like live UFC events. Even though the first one they tried didn't go off very well.
Yeah, and I know PlayStation, they do. They have like all the MLB games on the PlayStation. Like you get this app and you can stream them all and everything.
And Sony released it was a Blu-ray player. It's essentially the exact same interface as a PS3, just without the games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a Blu-ray player, and then you can still do Netflix and all of the various like internet radio
cool.
and all sorts, everything like that. And if you look at the interface between this and PS3, it's exactly the same, only it's minus the games column.
Oh.
And I think the PlayStation Store might have that, but still. It's,
oh, yeah, if you could, like, if it came with a hard drive, I guess you could download movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So let's just use Valve as an example, because I guess that's what we have right now is Valve. Do you think Valve will, seeing the way this is going with PS3, Xbox, trying to become more of a set-top box for, like, movies and DVR and Nintendo kind of catering to more casual, do you think they're trying to take a bite out of the alienated, more hardcore, quote-unquote, gamers because they're starting to become, a little turned off of the changes that, Xbox is making? PS3 hasn't really made a ton, but they're probably moving in that direction, it seems, with what you said in Europe and the fact that Nintendo is basically, for prenatal children. Because I mean, I could see people feeling that way, where they're like, "What about the games? Yeah. Keep innovating the games. Connect, Move, Hulu, Netflix.
Give me another fucking FPS shooter that's exactly the same as the last one."
Yes.
Yeah, good.
So, do you think? My question is, do you think Valve is going to try and capitalize on the alienated hardcore gamers?
I think it'll work.
I
think like when they release it and it's Steam, just Steam and Steam all its games, I think it'll work.
See, my sentiment with that is, I think it'll be really hard. Like I think its first few months, or maybe even its first year and a half, it's going to be super not taking off.
Yeah, and
I think it'll have to kind of spread by word of mouth.
Yeah, and along with that, the Valve will have to prove that it's worth however much it is too. Yeah. Kind of like PlayStation and their $600. Yeah, I was more like, oh, it's fucking shiny.
Yeah. But I could see that, because they're kind of going for the people that are frequenting the sites that Valve is going to release their information on. Like, at first, it's not going to be, if they do announce a console, it's going to be, oh yeah, a console, and then it's probably going to die down to where people are like, hey, you getting the Valve console? What Valve console?
Probably like the Wii U, be like, oh shit, look at our iPad controller.
Yeah.
Or
where'd it go?
Or the 3DS, where it was like, a few people were really amped about it. Me. And, no one else really knew about it. Like, everyone's just like, oh, yeah, that came out. It's interesting, I guess.
But, I mean, if Valve could make a console with the same quality that they, pretty much made the Steam service.
Yeah.
A good quality console is going to sell.
That is true.
Unless they make, big missteps in manufacturing or something like that, or promoting.
Or the console will come out in 8 years.
I wonder if Anonymous is going to have anything to do with this.
Dude, if they're like, and this will come out exclusive with Half-Life 3, I would just fucking throw my wallet at the TV and be like, take it.
It's not doing anything. I keep throwing my wallet at the TV.
Well, I'm wondering if like Anonymous is just going to be like, you know what? Go for it, bro. We'll keep trying to take these guys down. Good job on you.
Anonymous is pretty pro Steam, I've noticed. They really like it.
Except for hacking and stealing Steam
Was
passwords.
that Anonymous, or was that just hackers?
I was pretty sure it was Anonymous.
Everything's Anonymous.
Yeah, but that would actually be a decent selling point with the console. Where they'd be like, hey,
Anonymous approved.
No. Half-Life 3 is coming out with it.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, that doesn't sound like something Valve would do.
No. But they do like packages. Remember, like the orange box?
Yeah.
That was a hell of a package when that came out.
Mm-hmm. I only played it for Portal. Not a Half-Life fan.
Well,
And I had Team Fortress on the PS3.
when
so
it
was
first
stupid.
released on like the PC, it was like Team Fortress Portal and Half-Life Episode 2, and I was just like, fuck.
Wasn't it free for a really long time?
Orange Box? I
Yeah.
know you could get it fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2 is free now.
Yeah.
It's free to play.
Oh, that's right. It is.
Yeah.
A bunch of people were pissed.
Yeah.
Fucking casuals coming into our game.
I got all these hats.
But I think
Fucking
that'll. As he's wearing like 2 right now.
I'm wearing 2 hats right now.
Hatception.
It's a regular hat and then a party hat on top of it. Maybe we could put a picture up on our Facebook wall.
Yeah. But I think that'll conclude our conversation. Many things were said.
Not all of them were intelligent, but it all works.
But I think it'll be interesting to see what happens and if anything really changes in the console market.
And if Half-Life 3 is here, I'm going to have wet pants for like a month.
If you have anything to add, feel free to toss it up on our Facebook or Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Or you can email us, too. Go straight to the source. They're taking a picture, that's why I'm a little distracted.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was trying to talk, and I was like,
Comments on our YouTube videos. We're on YouTube now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are on YouTube now. But feels like the podcast is ending, and that's not true. Because we're going on to news.
Woo!
Let's do it.
Are the newspaper and the internet letting you down?
They have the internet on computers now.
We're here to give you the best of the best. This is news.
All right. Let's get out of serious mode here.
Go back into fun mode.
All right. Guys, okay, you guys are walking down the street, all right?
All right.
You're walking under some trees.
What kind of trees?
Well, these trees drop watermelons on you.
Oh, Jesus.
Donkey Kong trees?
Would you feel safe?
I try and grab a watermelon. It's like, oh shit.
Well, in Victoria, Australia, or Eastern Victoria, I guess that's a province, Eastern Victoria in Australia, the city council has issued a warning. See, a 120-year-old heritage-listed Buna pine in the grounds of the courthouse has been dropping huge pine cones.
Really?
The pine cones are the size of watermelons.
No way.
Jesus Christ.
Do they have a picture of one?
Yes, they do.
These things are huge.
Giant pine cones dropping down on top of the residents. The people down around the courthouse.
And they're not open. They're solid. They're still closed up.
Yeah, like they're the fresh green that when pine cones. Yeah, so these are solid.
They're like
little
pineapples.
Jeez.
Spiky balls of death.
That's what Camilo calls mine.
It's not a good thing, Andy.
Spiky balls of death.
Oh my eye!
Sorry, you only got one shot.
All right, this one's kind of a long story, so bear with me. There's a lot of Chinese names.
All right.
A 95-year-old Chinese woman terrified her village by climbing out of her coffin after being dead for 6 days.
How?
What?
How?
Lee X was found motionless and not breathing in her bed by her neighbor. More than a fortnight. Who uses fortnight anymore? 2 weeks ago. More than 2 weeks after tripping and suffering a head injury at her home in China's Guangxi province. Probably way off, man. Way off.
Wangzy. Gwangzy.
When he failed to wake her up, Chen Q assumed that the frail grandmother had passed away in her sleep. Recounting his daily visit to bring the elderly lady breakfast, Mr. Q said, "She didn't get up, so I came to wake her up. No matter how hard I pushed her and called her name, she had no reaction. I felt something was wrong, so I tried to see if she was breathing. She apparently was not breathing, but her body was not cold." A little weird, a little confusing. Yeah. Because Mrs. X lived alone, Mr. Q and his son made preparations for her funeral, which included keeping the coffin in her house for several days for friends and relatives to pay their last respects.
All right.
The dead woman was laid in her coffin on February 19th, 2 days after she was discovered. However, Mr. Q chose not to nail the coffin shut ahead of the planned burial date on February 24th. The day before the funeral, Mr. Q arrived at the neighbor's house to find the coffin empty and the corpse gone.
Oh my god. That'd be so scary.
"We were so terrified and immediately asked the neighbors to come for help," Mr. Q said. After searching for the missing body, the villagers were stunned to find Mrs. X sitting on a stool in her kitchen cooking. She reportedly told villagers, "I slept for a long time. After waking up, I felt so hungry and wanted to cook something to eat."
Is there any medical explanation for this?
Well, she said she pushed the lid for a long time to climb out. That would suck, waking up in a coffin. The first thing I think would be like I was buried alive, and I would be like,
God.
you can't like.
Yeah.
I would try and kill myself if I figured out I was buried alive.
Just try to like breathe as much air as you can so you suffocate or
Yeah,
something.
well, because you can't do the fucking Kill Bill thing where she like punches up through the dirt for 6 feet. You know, if you're 6 feet under the ground in a coffin, you're done. All right, it's over.
I love the scene like immediately after she punches out, where she's just like it's Uma
Walking.
Thurman just like fucking like standing there, marching in place with her arms going back and forth, and like there's CG dirt going down. And it's a shitty scene.
A country hospital reportedly believes Mrs. X suffered from artificial death, during which the person has no breath but the body remains warm. A doctor at the hospital was quoted as saying, "Thanks to the local tradition of parking the coffin in the house for several days, she could be saved."
Dude, that'd be so fucking scary.
But-
Wow, Pikachu really looks Asian now.
Despite cheating death, the same local tradition has left Mrs. X with nothing, no possessions. According to tradition, after a person dies, all their belongings must be burnt. Thank you.
Oh, shit, really? That sucks.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
So she lives, but she has nothing.
They burn it all?
They burned it all.
Man.
Well, you thought she was dead.
Yeah.
Oops.
You burn it all. Dude, I'd be so pissed. And she was just cooking, just chilling, cooking.
Yeah. I
What'd
wonder
she
what she was
cook?
cooking
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
Maybe they can't burn the pans.
That's probably true. They probably kept the pans. Yeah. Well, we couldn't burn cast iron pans, so.
I guess I'll just take this home, huh?
All right, guys. You're an English teacher.
Where at?
Awesome. My dreams come true.
I don't know.
Write me a 10-page paper on your favorite
Either a
island.
middle school or a high school.
All right.
If you were middle school, you'd be an 8th grade English teacher. If you were a high school, you would be a freshman English teacher.
Got it. All
It's that age range.
Giggity.
What could you possibly do to get fired?
I bet there's a plethora of things to do.
I'd probably swear at my students. That's probably what it would get me.
Mine would probably be sexual remarks.
Well, Joshua Alexander Evans allegedly hugged and kissed a 14-year-old girl student.
Good for him.
On the mouth?
Yes, I believe so.
All right,
Okay,
this guy,
well, I
this
mean,
guy
like-
looks like he would do it too.
Law enforcement is reaching out to the public for other possible victims of the Fullerton 32-year-old accused. Where is this? Fullerton, California? Yeah, Fullerton, California.
We'll just say Florida.
No, we have 2 Florida stories coming up after this.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We can't oversaturate the Florida. He was kissing and hugging one of his 14-year-old female students.
Was she enjoying it?
The article does not say.
We always ask the questions we need to know, and Matt's just like, dude, fucking cut me some slack. Come on.
I don't think the article would publish that.
See, that's why I would be.
She seemed to enjoy it.
That's why I would be a horrible news reporter. Did she enjoy it?
What was she wearing? Maybe she asked for it.
Do you have a picture of what she was wearing? Oh yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that.
Between this past December and January, Evans allegedly groomed the girl for a relationship beyond class.
Really?
I don't know how you do that. Do you just kind of throw it out there? That'd be really funny if you and I dated outside of class. I just, wouldn't
Whoa,
that-
did I say
He
that?
slips her.
That'd be
He
funny.
slips her the note under her test. Be like, "Do you want a date?
Check yes or no.
Give it back to me."
Reminds me of a manager we had at Panera who said, quote, "Your parents would love me."
Oh yeah, Randy.
Yeah, I'm trying to be discreet over here.
What is he gonna do? He doesn't listen to us.
No, that's true, but other people might and be like, wait a second. Randy.
Randy was a pimp.
He was. Anyway, Evans allegedly groomed the girl for a relationship beyond class by sending her texts and emails and playing online games via his cell phone. I bet you it was Words with Friends.
Yeah.
And then all the words are like, sex,
Large hard on.
boner.
Oh, sorry. That's the only word I can make. I apologize. Don't be scared off. Are you naked?
He is accused of meeting the girl at least 3 times at another student's home. And on 2 of these occasions, they are said to have kissed and embraced one another.
Well, I guess if she did it back, she's asking for it.
Well, she's 14.
That's true.
Yeah,
And she was groomed, all right? She was groomed for this.
I don't know what that means. Like, that's a really weird... Like, it sounds like he's just like,
He
"I'm
cut
gonna
her
brush
hair."
your hair so we can date. Yeah.
So it reminds me of another person that we worked with at Panera. I don't know if you know the story, but she was like, I text her and I'm like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? Nothing, just at my teacher's house. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my teacher. I'm like, who?
Weird.
And then but she was being really ambiguous, you know? And I'm like,
They were banging.
I'm like, what? Okay, why? And she's like, because I like to hang out with my teacher. I'm like, turns out they were doing something like, it was a female teacher, but they were like,
All right.
it was, it was her and some other people. They were doing a project for school, but she's being really ambiguous about it. So of course I started asking questions. She's like, you don't need to know everything. I'm like, what, are you serious?
All right.
I'm like, I can't ask a question or two here. This sounds really sketchy.
Concerned.
A little concerned. Yeah.
I'm a concerned wrong.
Are you being groomed? Are you being groomed for this?
Bikini wax party.
All right. Now for a What the Florida segment.
All right.
Actually, we got a double dose of What the Florida.
All
Man,
right.
we need a drop for this.
We keep saying that.
Skylar going, what the Florida? Wah, wah.
Just something simple.
All right, so this man, Eric Scott, was apparently on one hell of a drug trip. Police say the 47-year-old Milton, Florida resident went ballistic after they responded to calls that he was having a medical emergency, fighting off police officers and eventually scraping his teeth across the hood of a patrol car with such force it ripped the paint off.
Oh, dude. Ooh.
When the cops showed up, Scott, whose nose and hands were bleeding freely, became agitated, threw his flashlight at a mailbox, and began to curse, threatening the deputies' lives. Ooh. Then, after they cuffed him and threw him onto the hood, the cops say he scraped his teeth so hard across the paint that it chipped into the paint job. Apparently, the paint job is $600 in damages.
Dude, I wonder what his dental work is.
Dude, there's a picture of it. And that had to have been one hell of a scrape. Just like scraping his teeth along there. Ugh.
It looks like it kind of did that thing when you scrape, it bounces a little bit.
Oh.
So, like, it was like, dude, what a...
Apparently, the man was high on bath salts.
What?
I've heard of that.
We did a story one time where this lady did... I think we did it here.
Is that what K2 is? Is K2 bath salts?
No.
Okay.
Bath salts is like a synthetic cocaine.
Okay, that's what I've heard of, yeah.
But, like, people, like... We did a story that someone was injecting bath salts and got a flesh-eating virus.
Yeah.
Or bacteria.
I don't
Yeah.
think that was on this podcast. I don't remember that.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive it was here on this podcast.
It might have been on the week I was gone then.
Who knows? But yeah, bath salts. I keep hearing about it more and more recently.
Yeah, it sounds awful. There's, like, never been one redeeming story about bath salts. Like, every other drug, there's always someone that's like, yeah, man, awesome. But bath salts, every story sounds awful.
I woke up,
Sounds like a nightmare.
I had 3 silly straws in my penis.
Worst night ever.
Or best night.
Lol, gonna try bath salts tonight. You know, a little post on Twitter, and then like the next 5 are like, "Oh my God, where's my penis? I think someone cut off my penis."
There's a picture of just blood all over the wall, and you're just like, ah!
All right, our final What the Florida story and our final story in news. A Florida cop dressed up as an electric company worker to snoop for pot without a warrant. This is why I'd make a terrible cop, because I would do that. Not because I hate pot or anything, but because I would have the like delusions of grandeur where I'm like, I'm undercover. I'm gonna go fucking undercover. All right, I'm bucking the system. All right, screw the system.
I'm a loose cannon cop. I've seen Law and Order. I know how it goes.
I'm gonna fix their cable box and look for weed.
In Tampa, a police officer apparently dressed up as an electric company worker and went around to people's houses to, check the meter, take counts. But really what he was doing was looking for pot growing operations.
Huh. That's clever. It's clever.
That is very clever, and I would totally do that too. Yeah. I would have so much fun going out like, all right, I need an electric company uniform. That'll work. All right, I need a van. Gotta get some decals. All right, now I gotta come up with a story.
I have to have like a little spinning satellite on top too. It doesn't have to be attached to anything. It'll be solar powered. It'll work.
A detective named Paul Giovanni admitted that he approached one man's house wearing a Progress Energy shirt and let a homeowner take him around to the backyard, believing he was there to check the meters, of course. But he wanted to see if he smelled marijuana. Oh. That was his only goal. He wanted to catch those, catch them before they kill again.
Those crazy potheads.
I wonder, like...
I'd be smelling for bath salts, damn.
It smells like rose petals back here. God fucking damn it!
You got bath salts, son? But you're an electric company worker. No, I'm not. I'm a cop.
Rip off the mask.
Why would you be wearing a mask?
Take off your hard hat, and underneath is your little police hat. You're like, let's do this.
You're wearing your police officer uniform under the uniform.
I was wondering why there was buttons all the way down one side of your uniform. Good. Police officer Matt Runge.
You're wearing like track pants, the ones with buttons on the side, so you rip them off. You're like, yeah. So rip off the button down, rip off the track pants, flip off the hard hat. I'm a cop.
Under your hard hat's your utility belt. You're like, let's do this.
You don't even have like a hard hat on. You just like turn the hat inside out. And
oh, that'd be cool.
He's like, I was wondering why you were carrying a gun.
Almost electric.
Speaking of which, that's a story we should have mentioned from Friday night. Oh, yeah. There's a cop standing next to me, and Andy texts me and goes, hey, you want to have a good story for the podcast? Grab that gun. I'm like,
I said that to like 3 people, too.
I'm like, no.
You want to have a good story tomorrow? Grab the gun.
Oh, yeah, Newcomb. Newcomb was there. I was like, hey, dude, you know what'd be awesome? If you grabbed that gun and ran.
I wonder how convincing this guy's act at being an electric company guy was. Like, was he just like, yeah, let me just get my wrench, beat the meter around a little bit.
he gets up there. He's like, "Yeah, it looks like you got a lot of ohms through your AC DC and transformer converter."
Optimus Prime thing going on. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, your Decepticon levels are way higher. There's Energon all over this bitch. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, it's not coming out.
He's really trying to convince him the backstory. He's like, hey, you remember that show Static Shock? That's what really got me into electricity.
What? I want that to happen to me. Sometimes I dream of jumping onto the wire.
Someone is like, I have a legitimate problem. He's like, oh, let me go call backup.
I knew.
I'm gonna have to let my supervisor know, and we'll have some more people come out.
So he's in his van calling the electric company for him. This is Robert.
Hello, my name's Roger Stillmore. I'm having... What was your problem
again? He's in the van, like, holding him with his baton, like...
What's your problem?
Yeah, but that's why I would make a terrible cop. I would do this. Saying it right now. That's what I would do.
See, I think the reason why I'd be a terrible cop is I wouldn't write anyone tickets. Or I would only write people who tried to cry their way out of tickets. And then probably, try and tack on, obstructing the justice of me. Man. Obstructing my justice.
Some lady's trying to seduce you, like, those are very nice boobies. Here's your ticket, by the way.
Let me just put that between those right there.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. So that will do it for news. And that will do it for another episode of 3-Hit Combo.
Yeah.
Did I ever play a sound? Did I play any
clips? You did the yeah.
I played the yeah. I was just, the soundboard was the thing that came up when I closed my browser. I was like, man, I didn't really use this.
You need to get out of your system. You need to click
just bump them.
All of them?
No.
Not all.
Do
all of the buttons.
Do 2.
All right, so that'll do it for another episode of 3-Hit Combo. Remember, you can find us on gpxgaming.net. We're under the podcast. Go to 3-Hit Combo. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We're on Facebook. Hey, invite your friends. If you like the show, suggest it to some friends. I'm sure they'd like it too. And if they don't, well, then they weren't friends. Whatever.
And, if they're no friends of yours,
then they don't dance.
Yeah.
Email us at 3hitcombopodcast@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, of course, twitter.com/3hitcombopc. That's the number 3. PC stands for podcast. Anything else I'm forgetting? What are we on?
I think
YouTube.
If we literally got 1,000 followers on Facebook, I would legitimately go out and make a website.
All right. 1,000 followers. That's our goal. We're at 37.
We'll get an XXX domain.
Yeah.
What about 1,000 followers on Twitter? We're at 75 there. So we got a head start on that one.
Yeah.
Find us on YouTube. We are on the YouTubes.
If you look up 3-Hit Combo, you're gonna get a bunch of weird God of War videos. So you have to do 3-Hit Combo podcast.
Yes,
And
that's
that'll
what I would
find us.
suggest. And then, you could also subscribe to us on YouTube, and it'll just make it easy for you.
Yeah,
You just click on us.
if you're signed in.
Of course. We're on Google Plus. I haven't updated since September or something, but
Hooray!
we're there.
Isn't that when Google Plus came out? Was September?
It came out in July.
Oh, okay.
But if you're on a social media, you'll find us there, most likely. Whether or
And-
not we've updated a lot.
And you could just Google Skylar Joyce and find my Facebook, and then it's on there. I mean,
and my address.
Yeah.
So
ladies.
naked pictures.
for Skylar and Andy, this is Matt signing out.